away from Australia, DJ of the loudest show on the radio from Down Under. It's Mud Digger Down Under with DJ Seano, right here on Average Joe's Radio. Rethink, reinvent, revolutionize.
O-U-N-T-R-Y.
G'day, mate. This is Colt Ford. That's pretty good for a redneck.
Big B, Moonshine Band, Suburban Noise Records. Let's go!
I'm an outlaw. Give me 2 shots. We don't need a radio. Bring a jukebox for my outlaws. Bring me 3 shots. We can raise hell before the speed stops. I'm a whiskey drinking SOB. If you don't like that, then you won't like me. I'm an outlaw. I said I'm an outlaw.
O-U-N-T-R-Y.
From the Outback to America and beyond, he's too big for one continent. It's DJ Seano on Average Joe's Radio.
O-U-N-T-R-Y.
Australia, America, everywhere. I'm DJ Seano, and this is Mud Diggin Down Under, right here on Average Joe's Radio.
Mud diggers down under, mud diggers down under, mud diggers down under on Average Joe's.
Merry Christmas, America, from 3 and 20, and the Outlaw DJ.
Yeah, g'day Mud Diggers out there, I'm DJ Seano, and this is the Christmas edition of the Mud Diggin Down Under show for Average Joe's Radio, exclusively for Average Joe's Entertainment. Remember to get onto Facebook and Twitter and like and follow Average Joe's Radio and Average Joe's Entertainment for all the latest news, events, new music, tours, and competitions. Also follow me on Twitter, just search Outlaw DJ and like the Mud Diggin Down Under Facebook page for the latest on my shows. You can download Average Joe's Radio's app to tune in anywhere on your mobile device, playing the best mix of music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Also, while you're in the App Store, check out Redneck Kingdom. It's a great app with photo booth, interaction scored games with your mates, and more. Both apps are free, so check them out at your App Store. Speaking of stores, also check out Average Joe's new superstore at www.averagejoesuperstore.com. This store is your online redneck heaven with all your merchandise, music, and links in a one-stop shop. Save it to your favourites and check it out occasionally. To see what's new, that's www.averagejoesuperstore.com. Well, Mud Diggers, this show is exclusive to Average Joe's Radio and Average Joe's Entertainment, and we kicked off the 23rd of May 2014, and what a year it's been with new music from the Lax with their Nothing in Particular release, Demon Jones with his Jones County, Lenny Cooper's The Grind, of course the Mud Digger 5 compilation, Twangin' Rounds, Pour Another Round, and Colt Ford's chart topping Thanks for Listening CD and live DVD that's just been released. It's fair to say the music released by all these artists has raised the bar, and 2015 is going to be a huge year as well for this genre. Today's show, we look back at the year as it's been. We'll be squeezing in some tunes as well from the muddy Christmas songs on today's show. So let's rip into it now for a taste of what's to come on today's show. I'm DJ Seano, and this is the Mud Diggin Down Under Christmas show here on Average Joe's Radio, exclusively for Average Joe's Entertainment.
Yeah, we're gonna cause some damage tonight. I got plenty of bullets. I brought every gun I own. Shooting big bucks from muddy trucks way back in the sticks. Head to toe, mossy yoke, running with a pack of hicks.
Fire up your Harley, let them ape hangers hang. Mix a little bit of spit with a little bit of twang. Every rebel in a Chevy got something to bang. Hit the critics in the face when my truck nuts swang.
This time of year, all I can think about is family and friends, all gathered round. Lots of laughs, presents wrapped underneath the tree. Come tomorrow morning, I know where I wanna be.
City boys won't go.
White Chevrolet, rusted tags on the back, jacked up
this ain't no Cadillac, this is for them country boys, known to make a bunch of noise. Treat they truck like Tonka toys, hit the mud, go bonkers, boy. Pull up, know you heard of me, riding on them 33, sitting high when I ride up.
Buddy Chris, my little candy cane working it. She get her done, looking good, shifting gears in my Chevy half-ton. This country girl knows how to work a stick, you know grits. This girl ain't no city chick. She looking good, body rocking, she a showstopper. When she dance, I can't help but to freeze and watch her. She asked me if she can hit the next mud hole. I said, you go ahead, girl, hit the gas, let's rock and roll.
Country girl, shake them hips. DJ, make that record skip. It's a straight up redneck rager doing body shots of Jaeger, let her rip.
If I woulda, coulda bet that Santa was a redneck. I guess a little was in the sauce, so have a Merry Christmas, y'all.
I saw Santa in a four-wheel drive with presents in the back and mud up the side. It must have been a rainy Christmas night, 'cause I saw Santa in a jacked up four-wheel drive. A four-wheel drive.
Yeah, that's what's coming up on today's show. You got DJ Seano here, Mud Diggers, here for the Christmas edition of the Mud Diggin Down Under show for Average Joe's Radio, exclusively to Average Joe's Entertainment. Today, as I mentioned, we're going to crank out some of the tunes released this year, and they'll include some Demon Jones, 3 and 20, Colt Ford, the Moonshine Bandits, and more amongst the mix, including Christmas tracks off the Muddy Christmas album, released late in 2012. As I mentioned, 2014 has been a huge year for the genre and the artist, Average Joe's Radio, and of course the Mud Diggin Down Under show. And next year, 2015, is only going to get bigger. Now, Lenny Cooper released his album The Grind this year. Get on and follow and like him on Twitter and Facebook as we kick off the Christmas show here on the Mud Diggin Down Under show today with a Christmas track from Lenny Cooper. Get onto this track on iTunes. It's on the album Muddy Christmas. The song is Muddy Christmas and the artist is Lenny Cooper. The original Mud Digger kicking off the Christmas Mud Diggin Down Under show here on Average Joe's Radio. You got DJ Seano here.
Muddy Christmas, baby. Now I know this sounds insane, but for the holidays I wanna do something crazy with you. I wanna load a cooler up, put it in my truck, then hit a mud hole or two. Put our problems out of the way and thank God for this great day that He blessed for me and you. Now here's the keys to my truck, start it up, let's go. Darling, this is my present for you. Muddy Christmas, baby. Muddy Christmas, baby. Muddy Christmas, baby. I'll be your Santa, baby. Tell me what you need. You want my truck?
You know it, baby.
Well, here's the keys. Take me anywhere that you wanna go. She said she gonna take me down an old back road. My simple lady knows she dealing with a simple man. Her pretty eyes sparkling just like a Christmas ornament. Not a care in the world, cause we just riding. You know I don't want this night to end just like Luke Bryan. Now I know this sounds insane, but for the holidays I wanna do something crazy with you. I wanna load a cooler up, put it in my truck, then hit a mud hole or two. Put our problems out of the way and thank God for this great day that He blessed for me and you. Now here's the keys to my truck, start it up, let's go. Darling, this is my present for you. Muddy Christmas, baby. Muddy Christmas, baby. Muddy Christmas, my little candy cane working it. She get her done, looking good, shifting gears in my Chevy half-ton. This country girl knows how to work a stick, you know grits. This girl ain't no city chick. She looking good, body rocking, she a showstopper. When she dance, I can't help but to freeze and watch her. She asked me if she can hit the next mud hole. I said, you go ahead, girl, hit the gas, let's rock and roll. Now I know this sounds insane, but for the holidays I wanna do something crazy with you. I wanna load a cooler up, put it in my truck, then hit a mud hole or two. Put our problems all away and thank God for this great day that He blessed for me and you. Now here's the keys to my truck, start it up, let's go. Darling, this is my present for you. Muddy Christmas, baby. Muddy Christmas, baby. Muddy Christmas, baby.
What it is, America? Keep it locked to Mud Diggin Down Under with Aussie Seano and 3 and 20. Here's some southern swing called Country Bar Song on Average Joe's Radio.
I feel like Hank in this salty beer. Willie's Whiskey River won't take my mind far enough from here. I need Merle to sing me back home, 'cause I'm a walking, talking, jukebox, honky-tonkin' country bar song. Woke up this morning to wailing on the radio, with a look on her face and an old suitcase told me she had to go. She's a good-hearted woman, but I'm a good-timing man. She don't like my smoking, my drinking, my staying out later, my roughneck rowdy friends. It might sound like a broken record, but here we go again. I feel like Hank in this salty beer. Willie's Whiskey River won't take my mind far enough from here. I need Merle to sing me back home, 'cause I'm a walking, talking, jukebox, honky-tonkin' country bar song. Ended up in the front yard after I drove it through the fence last night. So I took a John Deere to the package store, but the police didn't like my idea. She wasn't putting up with anymore. It might sound like a broken record, but here we go again. I feel like Hank in his salty beer. Willie's Whiskey River won't take my mind far enough from here. Oh, I need Merle to sing me back home, 'cause I'm a walking, talking jukebox, honky-tonkin', yeah.
What a crazy world, better take another breath, but there's nothing left. Drink another while the time flies by. Bright light in the night sky, it's the man in the moonshine, sun in his eyes. Looking down on other people as equal till he heard a fella picking strings. Shadowing a dark guitar in his hand, could have been on Hank by the way he sings. Now we got a new anthem with dancing, swinging, and drinking beer. What's that sound? They shutting it down. Ain't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. When I got home, she was already gone and nothing was left of the place. She left a note, said, walk to the mirror now, look at the look on your face.
I feel like Hank in his salty beer. Willie's Whiskey River won't take my mind far enough from here. Oh, I need Merle to sing me back home, 'cause I'm a walking, talking jukebox, honky-tonkin', yeah. I
Yeah, Mud Diggers, I'm DJ Seano here on the Mud Diggin Down Under Christmas Edition show here for Average Joe's Radio and Average Joe's Entertainment. As we just heard there, the band 3 and 20 with a track called Country Bar Song. And before 3 and 20 was the show opener Muddy Christmas from the original Mud Digger Lenny Cooper. As I've mentioned today, it's a Christmas theme, and I want to remind you all that being in the festive season coming up, it is important to be extra vigilant out there on the roads. If you're attending a Christmas function and plan on driving, don't drink. If you're planning on drinking, don't drive. Plan your trip, but don't drink and drive. Plan for a cab, have a designated driver out there, or plan to stay the night. Also remember the kids on holidays, so be careful as there'll be lots of kids out there playing in the streets with their new Christmas presents on holidays. So when you're pulling in and out of your driveways, just take that extra care and be slow in the residential areas in particular. Average Joe's Radio and Average Joe's Entertainment, and of course the Mud Diggin Down Under show, and all the artists hope you have a safe and happy Christmas. And if you can do your bit on the roads and planning your Christmas and New Year's activities, everyone should have a safe holiday season. Still to come today, the Princess of Hip-Hop herself, Sarah Ross. Twangin' round, Demon Jones, Charlie Farley and more muddy Christmas tracks. All here on the Mud Diggin Down Under show for Average Joe's Radio, exclusively for Average Joe's Entertainment. You got DJ Seano here. Follow me on Twitter. Just search Outlaw DJ.
O-U-N-T-R-Y. All the way from Australia, DJ of the loudest show on the radio from Down Under. It's Mud Digger Down Under with DJ Seano, right here on Average Joe's Radio. Rethink, reinvent, revolutionize.
This is DJ Seano here, Mud Diggers, right here on the Mud Diggin Down Under show for Average Joe's Radio and Average Joe's Entertainment, here on the Christmas edition of the Mud Diggin Down Under show, and featuring releases from 2014 amongst a mix of Christmas tracks off the Muddy Christmas CD released in 2012, and it's available on iTunes. So let's get into the Christmas Texan spirit with the track Texas Christmas from Laurent Bryant here on the Mud Diggin Down Under show for Average Joe's Radio.
Lots of laughs, presents wrapped underneath a tree. Come to my
boys won't go.
White Chevrolet, rusted tags on the back, jacked up, rough riding. Boy, this ain't no Cadillac. This is for them country boys, known to make a bunch of noise. Treat they truck like Tonka toys, hit the mud, go bonkers, boy. Pull up, know you heard of me. Riding on the 33, sitting high when I ride. Up there where them birdies be. 350 with donkey dicks, my motor always talking shit. Paycheck bumping through the woofers, and you know the ganja lit. Rooting out a hole like a big ass boy. Give a trail hell, tell them feed me more. Motor working like a chore, hell no I ain't poor. Drop that thing and granny low and then I push it to the floor.
Cruising down the lease road, Chevy locked and granny low. Cruising down the lease road, Chevy locked and granny low. Cruising down the lease road, Chevy locked and granny low. Go a lot of places that your city boys won't go. Cruising down the lease road, Chevy locked and granny low. Cruising down the lease road, Chevy locked and granny low. Cruising down the lease road, Chevy locked and granny low. Go a lot of places that your city boys won't go.
Lease road destroyer, big rut explorer. Think you're taking me, then I got something for you. I'm hell on a rainy day, I can take the road away. Bottom mud soup, it got me squatting like a toe today. Just let me lead the way and all y'all follow. Had a trail looking like a big hog waller. Yeah, I'm off the chain like a dog without a collar. What else can I say?
Man, I'm a mud bogger.
I put the truck through it, man, y'all can have them razors. Throw the high beams on a hole like a laser. I'm a shit like Dookie and a 750 Zuki or a Ranger 1000. You can't do nothing to me. Big mud monster, eat dirt for breakfast. Give them hell on the trail, redneck reckless. Big mud monster, eat dirt for breakfast. Give them hell on the trail, redneck reckless.
Cruising down the lease road, Chevy locked and granny low. Cruising down the lease road, Chevy locked and granny low. Cruising down the lease road, Chevy locked and granny low. Go a lot of places that your city boys won't go. Cruising down the lease road, Chevy locked and granny low. Cruising down the lease road, Chevy locked and granny low. Cruising down the lease road, Chevy locked and granny low. Go a lot of places that your city boys won't go.
Boom, 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 don't you hear the loud pipes? Mash on the gas, going hard all night. I'm ready for whatever, got a tune just right. If you fuck up my bike, might fuck up your life. Plenty beer in me so my nerves like steel. If you think that I won't, then believe me I will. Hit a soggy bottom or I climb a couple hills. Find a couple gals, maybe cop a couple fields. Do it for the thrill, ride it like a Testarossa. Monumental mudding down here in Hillarosa.
Down the lease road, Chevy locked and granny low. Cruising down the lease road, Chevy locked and granny low. Cruising down the lease road, Chevy locked and granny low. Go a lot of places that your city boys won't go. Cruising down the lease road, Chevy locked and granny low. Cruising down the lease road, Chevy locked and granny low. Cruising down the lease road, Chevy locked and granny low. Go a lot of places that your city boys won't go.
Yeah, Mud Diggers, I'm DJ Seano here on the Christmas edition of the Mud Diggin Down Under show for Average Joe's Radio, exclusively for Average Joe's Entertainment. Cranking out the 2014 songs amongst the Muddy Christmas album mix available on iTunes. We just heard there the Arkansas Outlaw, my mate Big Chuck with his track Country Boy Style. And before Big Chuck was Lauren Bryant off the Muddy Christmas album with Texas Christmas. Make sure you follow and like all the artists on Facebook and Twitter to keep up to date with artists individually, and also follow and like Average Joe's Radio and Average Joe's Entertainment. Also keep up to date with everything Average Joe's. Get on and check out the Average Joe's Superstore at www.averagejoesuperstore.com for all your merchandise and music needs. It's your one stop 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year redneck heaven shop. Still to come today, the Moonshine Bandits, Colt Ford, The Lax, Demon Jones and more, all here on the Christmas edition of the Mud Diggin Down Under show, right here on the best radio station, Average Joe's Radio, playing the best mix of music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, exclusively for Average Joe's Entertainment. I'm DJ Seano. Follow me on Twitter. Just search Outlaw DJ and like the Mud Diggin Down Under show Facebook page and spread the word. We'll be back shortly.
Cruising down the lease road, Chevy locked and granny low. Go a lot of places that your city boys won't go.
Australia, America, and everywhere around the globe, it's Big Chuck, and you're listening to Mud Diggin Down Under with Outlaw DJ Seano on Average Joe's Radio Show. Come on! White Chevrolet, rusted tags on the back, jacked up, rough riding. Boy, this ain't no Cadillac, this is for them country boys, known to make a bunch of noise. Treat they truck like Tonka toys, hit the mud, go bonkers, boy. Pull up,
Yeah, Mud Diggers, this is DJ Seano here on the Christmas edition of the Mud Diggin Down Under show for Average Joe's Radio and exclusively for Average Joe's Entertainment. Proudly produced here in Australia as we rip out of 2014 and getting closer to 2015. But before that, we've got Christmas, and it's a Christmas-themed show today with this song as well from the Molden Brothers, Nashville-based from Mississippi. Here are the Molden Brothers off the Muddy Christmas CD with something we all enjoy, but don't drive after this one. This is Beer with Santa, the Molden Brothers, here on the Christmas Mud Diggin Down Under show for Average Joe's Radio.
Well, it's Christmas Eve and the snow is falling. I'm on my couch next to the Christmas tree. I've got my wish list, and what it involves is a six-pack of beer, me and Santa Claus. Santa Claus, won't you come on down? Won't you come on down the chimney? Santa Claus, won't you have a beer with me? When I was just a little boy, we had milk and cookies for two. But now that I'm all grown up, I wanna have a beer with you. Oh, Santa Claus, won't you come on down? Won't you come on down the chimney? Santa Claus, won't you have a beer with me? You've been riding them reindeer all around the world, putting smiles on every boy and girl. It's time to kick back with a nice cold brew. I can't wait to pop a top with you. Oh, Santa Claus, won't you come on down? Won't you come on down the chimney? Santa Claus, won't you have a beer with me? What's that I hear right over my head? It sounds like reindeer pulling a sled. I can't believe just what I see. Santa's coming down the chimney. Oh, Santa Claus, won't you come on down? Won't you come on down the chimney? Santa Claus, won't you have a nice cold beer with me? Ho, ho, hold my beer.
Country girl, shake them hips. DJ, make that record skip. It's a straight up redneck rager doing body shots of Jaeger. Let her rip. We on that moonshine and we sipping on Bacardi. We showing Vegas how it's country folk party. What happens in the backwoods stays in the backwoods. We going ham, y'all, hard as a mother. So crank it up. Put some of that party in my cup. Y'all, I'm dancing with a girl up on my flatbed. She hotter than a cherry on the Marlboro Red. Wow, weekends come and we can't get enough. So crank it up. Crank it up. Man, crank up the beat. Put AC/DC on repeat. We shake it all night long till the po-po come. You know me, I roll deep. It's 3 a.m., you know we only getting started. We showing Vegas how it's country folk party. What happens in the backwoods stays in the backwoods. We going ham, y'all, hard as a mother. Crank it up. Put some of that party in my cup. Y'all, I'm dancing with
some of that party in my cup. Bust out the JD, Hank 3, scoot a little closer up next to me, cause we're about to turn this cornfield to a club. And crank it up, put some of that party in my cup. Y'all, I'm dancing with a girl up on my flatbed, she hotter than a cherry on the Marlboro Red. That's right, weekends come and we can't get enough, so crank it up, country girls. Let me see y'all. Crank it up, country boys. Let me hear y'all. Crank it up, everybody, come on. Let's crank it up. Crank it up. That's right. Crank it up. Crank it up.
Yeah, you got DJ Seano here, Mud Diggers, here on the Christmas edition of the Mud Diggin Down Under show for Average Joe's Radio, exclusively for Average Joe's Entertainment. As we just heard there, Mr. Good Time, Colt Ford with Crank It Up, off the successful Thanks for Listening CD, dedicated to you, the fans. That album, of course, breaking top 10 of Billboard's Top 200, #1 independent album and #1 rap album with Billboard. And there you can compliment that CD with his new live DVD called Crank It Up, filmed at Wild Adventures, and this DVD is A-grade quality, I give you the tip. It gives you a Colt Ford show experience in your own home, and available now, so look it up and get onto it at coltford.com or www.averagejoesuperstore.com. The live sound and the footage is absolutely fantastic, as well as some backstage footage there as well. It's a great DVD and an insight into touring with Colt Ford. Check it out. Also, check out Colt Ford's boot line from Rebel Boots. They're pretty cool, so get onto that. Before Colt, we had the Malden Brothers taking us for some beer with Santa off the Muddy Christmas CD. As we get closer to the big fella in the red suit's arrival on Christmas Eve, still got more on the show coming your way with more muddy Christmas songs, as well as the Princess of Hiccup, Sarah Ross, Demon Jones, Charlie Farley and more, all coming up on the Mud Diggin Down Under show Christmas edition. I'm DJ Seano here for Average Joe's Radio and Average Joe's Entertainment.
Yeah. Australia. America, everywhere. We're twanging round, and this is DJ Seano's Mud Digger Down Under show.
DJ Seano, what else your boys twanging round?
Yeah. I got my seats sitting low with my truck jacked up high. It's the only way I know that I'm really still alive. Eyes barely showing, blowing smoke to the sky. I'm all wired up, wide open all night.
Yeah, DJ Seano here on the Christmas edition of the Mud Diggin Down Under show, here for Average Joe's Radio and Average Joe's Entertainment. Broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year with the best mix of music. Thanks to our legend programmer, Cody. Cody, I hope you have a fantastic Christmas and Happy New Year to you. It's been a pleasure working with you this year, and I look forward to 2015. Next up is the Moonshine Bandits. These guys have had a huge 2014, and 2015 is also looking bigger for them, with the release in 2014 of the album Cali Country, and of course EP On The Run. These guys spit out a good lyric and have all the tunes to rock a crowd with DJ Chopsticks. But today I thought I'd throw in the track they put on the Mud Digger 5 compilation featuring Daniel Lee. So here it is on the Christmas edition of the Mud Diggin Down Under show, featuring Daniel Lee are the Moonshine Bandits with Too Easy. Check it out. Cups up, Shiner Nation out there.
Rocking 10,000 volts, killing that Jack and Coke, rolling that backwood smoke. I make living hard look too easy. Work hard to stand my ground, speak my mind and I say it loud. I get up when I get knocked down. Best believe me, it's too easy.
Yeah. Fire up your Harley, let them ape hangers hang. Mix a little bit of spit with a little bit of twang. So every rebel in a Chevy got something to bang. Hit the critics in the face when my truck nuts swang. Worked hard like a farm boy, built what I got. Earned every single shot with every stage that I rocked. I keep a suitcase packed with a bottle of Jack. I never unload my clothes cause I know I'm going back. I gave the Valley CPR, brought them back to life. Said goodbye to my family, gave a kiss to my wife. For me it's hard to swallow how I even survived. I put the bottle by the Bible, probably died from this life.
I've been running off time down the devil's road. Threw a finger in the air till life started on. By the grace of God I'm alive and standing proud. Let's go. I've been stabbed in the heart from a wicked woman, but my wounds heal quick and then I hit the road. And any town I lay my head now I call home.
that just keep shining. I've been living too fast, Cali boys surviving. Make a living off of drinking, make a living off rhyming. Every record exec that kept on telling me no, I got that middle finger swinging, hanging out my window. So grab your genre, and you can label me this. Count it up, Hellraiser slash outlaw fish.
From the big city lights to the countryside, I get fired up from my fans every night, and they fuel the drive that burns deep inside my soul. It's way too easy, I guess that's what they say. This road that I'm on in my life ain't a game, and the fortune and fame and the memories of pain won't break me.
Rocking 10,000 volts, killing that Jack and Coke, rolling that backwood smoke.
Let's go.
I make living hard look too easy. Work hard, stand my ground, speak my mind and I say it loud. I heat up when I get knocked down. Best believe me, it's too easy. Rocking 10,000 volts, killing that Jack and Coke, rolling that backwood smoke. I make living hard look too easy. Work hard, stand my ground, speak my mind and I say it loud. I heat up when I get knocked down. Best believe me, it's too easy.
It's too damn easy.
See the mistletoe hanging from the doorway, stockings hanging from the mantelpiece. Smell the chestnuts roast in the festive season. All those happy people's faces filled with glee. Well, it's gonna be a very Merry Christmas. Santa Claus is coming to town tonight. Have you been good or you been bad? Only old Saint Nick will know. It's gonna be a very Merry Christmas. People caroling underneath the street lights. You can hear those sleigh bells ring-a-ling-a-ling, and the children sleep snuggled up so tightly, dancing in their sugar plum fairy dreams. Well, it's gonna be a very Merry Christmas. Santa Claus is coming to town tonight. Have you been good or you been bad? Only old Saint Nick will know. It's gonna be a very Merry Christmas. All right. Well,
Yeah, Mud Diggers, DJ Seano here on the Mud Diggin Down Under show, Christmas edition for Average Joe's Radio and Average Joe's Entertainment. We just heard there Bo Bice, a runner-up to Carrie Underwood on American Idol with the track Very Merry Christmas. It's off the Christmas album Muddy Christmas, available on iTunes. And before Bo Bice, we had one for the Shiner Nation out there with the Moonshine Bandits featuring Daniel Lee. That track, of course, was off the Mud Digger 5 compilation, and the track was titled Too Easy. The Mud Digger 5 compilation was released this year and has been raising the bar for that Mud Digger series. Don't forget you can tune in anywhere with Average Joe's Radio by downloading the free app, and you can be listening anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year to the best music mix. That's right, we're even going to be broadcasting on Christmas Day. Coming up after this short message is the Princess of Hip Hop herself, Miss Sarah Ross. This is the Mud Diggin Down Under show. It's the Christmas edition. Ho, ho, ho. I'm DJ Seano. Follow me on Twitter and just search Outlaw DJ and like the Mud Diggin Down Under Facebook page. Share it out there with your mates. We'll be right back.
Big B, Moonshine Band, Suburban Noise Records. Let's go!
Australia, America, everywhere. This is Moonshine Bandits, and you're listening to DJ Shano's Mud Digger Down Under show on Average Joe's Radio.
We can raise hell before the speed stops. I'm a whiskey drinking SOB. If you don't like that, then you won't like me. I'm an outlaw. I said I'm an outlaw.
Yeah, Mud Diggers, this is Mud Diggin Down Under show for Average Joe's Radio and Average Joe's Entertainment. As we're in the Christmas spirit today, we're getting closer to seeing off 2014, and what a big year in the genre, as the artists have all raised the bar for 2015. I'm DJ Seano, and this is the Mud Diggin Down Under Christmas edition show. Our next artist with this track featured on the Mud Digger 5 compilation also. She was on American Idol and has cameoed with numerous artists. 2015 is going to be huge for this girl. I'm talking about the Princess of Hip Hop, Miss Sarah Ross. Crank this one up. This girl rock. Here's a country girl theme for sure. Don't mess with her. Here on the Christmas Mud Diggin Down Under show. This is Sarah Ross with Shotgun.
Undone, but this guy taught me not to get strung. At first he come to work with flowers, necklaces, diamonds, and our relationship was higher than towers. Then it went sour. How a countryman could two-time me is beyond my belief. I'm number one, my Benelli gonna show you what I'm talking about. I'm about getting even, riding around this very evening, looking around for that heathen. Well, either one of them will do. I was ready to say I do. Now I wanna cut him every way but loose. I'm red hot, you can see my fuse. Don't like no match, this ain't perfume. I ain't a prophet, no, this isn't a guess. You're 3.5 inches from being laid to rest. All the damage you did can't be undone. Can't hide no matter how fast you run. Your name is on the bullet in my gun. I got a trigger finger, watch out, here I come. I remember you drinking, getting muddy on the weekends. Everything was funny, went deep in that mud, honey. I've been thinking it's gonna get ugly. They say that whiskey talks, if the late night lies was whiskey's fault. I chew Jack, Jim, Jose, all them bottles lined up down the hall. All that is an excuse for men who do what you do. Steal more hearts than Hallmark cards and leave our house and leave them in our yard. I'm in my backyard with a target full of holes. I smile when I take aim, my beat is set on your nose. Why that picture of you at the creek, catching them catfish explodes. I got my practice in, it's time to throw it in my truck and go. I'm getting tired of you messing around. When I see your ass, I'm gonna lay you down. All the damage you did can't be undone. Can't hide no matter
I worked all week for a pocket full of change. It's amazing how much better when we all come together. Keep them coming tall and strong all night long. Rebel yelling, it's compelling when my song comes on. I'm a dreamer painting pictures how the world gon' be. Throwing cheers up to every single homie that I see. Later on singing, drinking, got the hillside banging. Hank cranking, thank the Lord for the music that we're making. And we know just how hard life can be. So we tune it out and turn the radio up and thank God that we're still free. Sing another drinking song, get the party on, the beat that makes the girls get low. We just line the tailgates full of mason jars, about to let the good times flow. And we pour one out for our old friends that didn't get to see this year. Let's live it up, gonna raise our cups and cheers. Pour another round right here.
Watching some news on my TV screen. Politicians paint pictures what the future gon' bring. Poverty rising, y'all keep grinding. I'm gonna keep on smiling, hope the sun keeps shining. Little dust on the bottle with some fresh white line. Good music while I'm sipping, gripping. Every song is hitting in the stresses of the world. Watch them all drift away. It's my God-given right to wanna feel this way. Guitar picking, banjos kicking, bass line bumping while the drum line winning. Favorite drinking song while I'm riverbank fishing. When the sun departs, now we're fishing in the dark.
Sing another drinking song, get the party on, the beat that makes the girls get low. We just line the tailgates full of mason jars, about to let the good times flow. And we pour one out for our old friends that didn't get to see this year. Let's live it up, gonna raise our cups and cheers. Pour another round right here. Oh yeah, pour another round right here. Oh yeah, pour another round right here.
Work week long, bonfire shining. Pour another drink, being damn where the time went. Always feel at home where the bluegrass grows. Stresses of the world alleviated by the back road.
Keep them coming tall and strong. Guitar strumming all night long. Monday comes around too fast. Tonight we're gonna make it last. Sing another drinking song, get the party on, the beat that makes the girls get low. We just line the tailgates full of mason jars, about to let the good times flow. And we pour one out for our old friends that didn't get to see this year. Let's live it up, gonna raise our cups and cheers. Pour another round right here. Oh yeah, 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 pour another round right here.
Yeah, Mud Diggers, DJ Seano here on the Mud Diggin Down Under show, Christmas edition, here for Average Joe's Radio and exclusively for Average Joe's Entertainment. And that was my buddies there twanging round with Pour Another Round, and that is the title track off their current EP they released this year. So check it out on iTunes, it's a great EP. The music we're expecting next year from these guys is going to be huge. That's Twangin' Round. And before Twangin' Round was the Princess of Hiccup, Sarah Ross with Shotgun, off the Mud Digger 5 compilation, and she's in for a big year next year as well. Make sure you all follow them both on Facebook and Twitter and like their pages, but more importantly, make sure you buy their music. Some great songs amongst those two. As I said earlier, check out the Average Joe Superstore at www.averagejoesuperstore.com for all your merchandise and music needs. Your one-stop redneck shop, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. They're open. We'll be back shortly with more tracks from Charlie Farley, Demon Jones, a Christmas track from the Lax, and also a Christmas track from my mate Colt Ford. All coming up here exclusively to Average Joe's Entertainment and Average Joe's Radio. This is the Christmas edition of the Mud Diggin Down Under show. I'm DJ Seano. Ho, ho, ho. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Mud diggers down under, mud diggers down under, mud diggers down under on Average Joe's.
Merry Christmas, America, from 3 and 20, and the Outlaw DJ.
All the way from Australia, DJ of the loudest show on the radio from Down Under. It's Mud Digger Down Under with DJ Seano, right here on Average Joe's Radio. Rethink, reinvent, revolutionize.
This is DJ Seano here, Mud Diggers, on the Christmas edition of the Mud Diggin Down Under show for Average Joe's Radio. So let's hook into this one off the Muddy Christmas album, available on iTunes. Make sure you get out there, as I say, and get a copy of this live DVD from the next artist. The DVD is called Crank It Up, and it's available at cultforward.com and www.averagejoesuperstore.com. One of the best live DVDs I've ever seen. So without further ado, here's a track called Home for Christmas. Cult Forward, check it out.
Work 52 weeks just to pay them bills. Every road I'm riding down is all uphill. Lucky to be working, but sometimes I still need to catch a break, yeah, for just a day. Sure feels good when I can just stop moving, take a deep breath like I ain't been through it. So this time of year I drop everything I'm doing and go home for Christmas.
These old wheels seem to never stop turning. Time to get back and keep the home flame burning. The more I'm gone, the more I'm learning that God is so good to us. Another day, another dollar in this old rat race. I just wanna see a smile on my kid's face. Ain't nothing in the world that can take the place of going home for Christmas.
Work 52 weeks just to pay them bills. Every road I'm riding down is all uphill. Lucky to be working, but sometimes I still need to catch a break, yeah, for just a day. Sure feels good when I can just stop moving, take a deep breath like I ain't been through it. So this time of year I drop everything I'm doing and go home.
It seems this time of year everybody's more loving, more caring, more giving. Yeah, my kind of living, lot of hugging and kissing, dreaming and wishing for peace on earth. A lot of hoping and praying for our soldiers' safety, and seeing God's grace in a newborn baby. Thank the Lord up above for all He gave me and taking me home for Christmas.
Work 52 weeks just to pay them bills. Every road I'm riding down is all uphill. Lucky to be working, but sometimes I still need to catch a break, yeah, for just a day. Sure feels good when I can just stop moving, take a deep breath like I ain't been through it. So this time of year I drop everything I'm doing and go home for Christmas. Sure feels good when I can just stop moving, take a deep breath like I ain't been through it. So this time of year I drop everything I'm doing and go home. I go home for Christmas. Home for Christmas.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna cause some damage tonight. I got plenty of bullets. I brought every gun I own. Shooting big bucks from muddy trucks way back in the sticks. Head to toe, Masio, running with a pack of hicks. Silver Rado, 6 inches lift kid. 1 million lumen in my spotlight to get lit. Anything fall in my sight, it's damn sure about to get hit. By my Remington, Ultra Mag, and my Colt 30-06. Boat action, Springfield 175th. I brought a full rack so that everybody I'm with. So we sit back with a 30-pack, buck knife and a crossbow. Not a violent guy, you cross the line. Oh Lord, y'all know now it's gonna get ugly. Messy to say the least, I'm going beast mode when I explode off the chain unleashed. Counting boys on the prowl, don't give a damn tonight. Yeah, we gon' make it blow like Tannerite. Pack it up, back up, lock and load. Breathe in, exhale, squeeze the trigger. I spent the whole day $1 blood related. Everything looks green in my night vision tonight. Got a backseat full of ammunition, you don't wanna pick a fight. I'm just minding my own business in my new spot that the game war don't know about. My Owen got hot, now I hear something approaching. I'm seeing it through my goggles. A Sasquatch with a white tail, shoot to kill is my motto. So we 10 foot in a deer stand full of beer cans by the food plot in July. Oh my, until they catch me I won't stop, and I ain't trying to spot if it's a 10-pointer or not. If I got a clear shot, pop, pop. Counting boys on the prowl, don't give a damn tonight. Yeah, we gon' make it blow like Tannerite. Pack it up, back up, lock and load. Breathe in, exhale, squeeze the trigger. I spent the whole day dialing in my gun sight. Yeah, we gon' make it blow like Tannerite. Pack it up, back up, lock and load. Breathe in, exhale, squeeze the trigger. Back it up, lock and load. Breathe in, exhale, squeeze the trigger. Pack it up, back up, lock and load. Breathe in, exhale, squeeze the trigger. Counting boys on the prowl, don't give a damn tonight. Yeah, we gon' make it blow like Tannerite. Pack it up, back up, lock and load. Breathe in, exhale, squeeze the trigger. I spent the whole day dialing in my gun sight. Yeah, we gon' make it blow like Tannerite. Pack it up, back up, lock and load. Breathe in, exhale, squeeze the trigger.
Yeah, Mud Diggers, DJ Seano here on the Christmas edition of the Mud Diggin Down Under show for Average Joe's Radio. As we just heard there, Demon Jones off a cracking album titled Jones County, available on iTunes, and the song was Tannerite. Before Demon Jones, we heard Home for Christmas with Colt Ford off the Muddy Christmas album out there on iTunes. Also on iTunes, of course, is Jones County. So get them both if you haven't already, or hit Santa up. Still a few days before the man in the big red suit gets here, so you might be able to get your order in. Next up, Charlie Farley here on the Christmas edition of the Mud Diggin Down Under show for Average Joe's Radio. We'll be back right after this on DJ Seano.
Dixie Dimes, you should see the trucks. Bigfoot, status jacked up, and they all homemade. Man, it's just nuts. The rain moving in, so we moving on. Now we gon' ride it to the wheel.
Australia, America, everywhere. I'm Demon Jones, and this is DJ Seano's Mud Diggin Down Under show.
Yeah, we about to get more mud than you ever seen. We gon' sling it till the wheels fall off.
This is DJ Seano, Mud Diggers, and you can follow me on Twitter. Just search Outlaw DJ and like the Mud Diggin Down Under Facebook page and spread the word. This is, of course, the Mud Diggin Down Under show Christmas special, and featuring songs released in 2014, as well as tracks from the Muddy Christmas album available on iTunes. Next up is one off the album titled Hog Heaven by Charlie Farley. So I thought I'd flip this track out off the album. Get on there on iTunes and get it if you haven't already got it. This is the Mud Diggin Down Under Christmas show, and here's Charlie Farley with Average Joe. Check it out.
Exchanging numbers on my dog box. Hot dog is summer, so it's non-stop. Gonna build us a fire with the pine knot. Smoke us a little, hey, why not? You got it great, so what? Not like I got. I gotta say, just stop, yeah, cause we hot. I'm talking rowdy, crowds that are about it. About what? About to have Hank and Willie up in the jukebox. Laying in the hay in my side. Mama catch me, a jaw will drive. Got a sexy little thing with the top off. She worth more to me than what my crop cost. You ain't been frog gigging at your loss. Never been skinny dipping, come on, y'all. Y'all ain't even living now, y'all so lost. This is an open invitation for making your way down.
Come on down, y'all, to Average Joe's. This body's rocking and the beer's ice cold. Kick back, relax, pull on up a chair. All of your friends are gonna be there. Break out the good stuff and pass it around. We'll raise the roof when the sun goes down. It ain't about the money or who you know. Everybody's somebody at Average Joe.
Good and drunk
park while we pine high until the sun sets behind those rocks, trees, and mountains, and that's when we hop off our ATVs and then pop off that fish fry just like a pop out tardis. That's why we like our sawed off honest traditions have been set in stone. My disguise with rebellious ringtones lighter. Time that I spend on hip hop, but I'll never switch. Act to get it crisscross. What I love is how we keep it simple. People love to talk about people they don't understand. Well, just keep your mouth shut if you ain't been here, buddy, cause this is the life that I love. So this is an open invitation for making your way down.
Come on down, y'all, to Average Joe's. This body's rocking and the beer's ice cold. Kick back, relax, pull on up a chair. All of your friends are gonna be there. Break out the good stuff and pass it around. We'll raise the roof when the sun goes down. It ain't about the money or who you know. Everybody's somebody at Average Joe's. Average Joe's. This body's rocking and the beer's ice cold. Kick back, relax, pull on up a chair. All of your friends are gonna be there. Break out the good stuff and pass it around. We'll raise the roof when the sun goes down. It ain't about the money or who you know. Everybody's somebody at Average Joe's.
I saw Santa in a four-wheel drive with presents in the back and mud up the side. It must have been a rainy Christmas night, 'cause I saw Santa in a jacked up four-wheel drive. A four-wheel drive. He's got a four-wheel drive.
Beats all I ever saw. I don't know. Could have been drunk.
It was Christmas Eve, I had my heater on, just creeping around. I saw a bug down by the mud, I rolled my window down. I heard stories, but I thought they was lies. I saw a bug with a red nose shining like a light, but I let it go, I just keep creeping along. But I know I keep hearing that Jingle Bell song. Before too long, I had to slam on brakes. About to T-bone Santa Claus a Chevrolet. I saw Santa in a four-wheel drive with presents in the back and mud up the side. It must have been a rainy Christmas night, 'cause I saw Santa in a jacked up four-wheel drive. A four-wheel drive. He's got a four-wheel drive.
Yeah, I didn't believe it either. I wasn't even drinking. He had it jacked up to the sky, sleigh bells on the side, Mickey Thompson 44s, two-step running boards, red velvet trim the dash. I couldn't believe it when I passed. It wasn't the rain, it wasn't the fog, and I didn't have no eggnog. I'm glad I didn't miss this. His front taxi wish list. Shook my head in disbelief. He smiled and then he winked at me. I never woulda, coulda bet that Santa was a redneck. I guess a little was in the sauce, so have a Merry Christmas, y'all.
I saw Santa in a four-wheel drive with presents in the back and mud up the side. It must have been a rainy Christmas night, 'cause I saw Santa in a jacked up four-wheel drive. A four-wheel drive. He's got a four-wheel drive. Santa in a four-wheel drive with presents rainy Christmas night. Cause I saw Santa in a jacked up four-wheel drive. A four-wheel drive. He's got a four-wheel drive.
Yeah, Mud Diggers, I'm DJ Seano here on the Mud Diggin Down Under show, Christmas edition. Only days till the man in the big red suit hits the road in the four-wheel drive, as we just heard the Lax off the Muddy Christmas album. It's available on iTunes with the track Santa's in a four-wheel drive. Those guys have done more miles this year than Santa will Christmas Eve. And before the Lax was Charlie Farley with Average Joe off the Hog Heaven album. We have one more track coming your way today, and it's coming up right after this on the Mud Diggin Down Under Christmas edition show. I'm DJ Seano.
Mud diggers down under, mud diggers down under, mud diggers down under on Average Joe's.
Merry Christmas, America, from 3 and 20 and the Outlaw DJ.
Yeah, Mud Diggers, you got DJ Seano here on the Mud Diggin Down Under show, Christmas edition for Average Joe's Radio, exclusively for Average Joe's Entertainment. So let's get straight into this one for the shiners out there. Off the album Cali Country from the Moonshine Bandits featuring the Lax, this track is fair dinkum rockin'. So let's rip into it now and throw it down with the Moonshine Bandits featuring the Lax here on the Mud Diggin Down Under Christmas show. Here's Throwdown, the last song on today's show.
Yeah, we about to get muddy on this one. Moonshine Bandits and the Lax, California to Georgia. What you know about that? And every mud hole in between. What you know about that? Let's roll.
About to have a little redneck throwdown. Mud trucks with them big ass tires. So kick back if you never did know how. When big boys throwing down tonight.
Jump up in the Chevy, rev it up, let's ride. Keep the red, white, and blue flying high in the sky. Double barrel in the back by my jar of apple pie. Pouring whiskey out my glass for every soul to style. Got a Chevy full of girls getting muddy, getting gritty. They rollin' with the Lax and the shine. Got a bonfire lit, riding 5150. Let's get a little rowdy tonight, oh yeah. Rev it up, drop it down, tear it up, get loud. Super Duty's full of mud, got my farm boys proud. And my boys in the hills that don't go into the city. I got a bed liner full of cakes, come and drink with me.
About to have a little redneck throwdown. Mud trucks with them big ass tires. So kick back if you never did know how. The big boys throwing down tonight, yeah. Rev it up, rev it up, drop it down, drop it down, tear it up, get it out, get it out. Go big, moonshine, big boys throwing down tonight.
I got a 1979 K5, 44-inch tires, are you ready to ride? With mud up in the hood, kicking up, I'm just saying. Jaeger on deck with the Jack Daniels waving.
So take a swig of the good shine and fire it up. Ass in, tucked down, watch out for flying mud. All them country girls, they like to ride up in the sky. Got some lightning in the mason that'll make them all try.
I take a jacket up and paint it boot all red. I make them ladies back it up when I holler, hell yeah. Just get it, go with it, drink and get it started. A hold down, throw down, white trash party.
About to have a little redneck throwdown. Mud trucks with them big ass tires. So kick back if you never did know how. The big boys throwing down tonight, yeah. Rev it up, drop it down, drop it down, tear it up, get it out, get it out. Go big, moonshine, big boys throwing down tonight.
Oh, ride with me, chewing through the mud when the river is low. Oh, ride with me on the raised hill anywhere we go.
What's up, Brookie? Got that nice chest, bro. Meet me at the hotline. Don't forget them beers. We're gonna party, bro.
Blue flame still burning from my outlaw shine. Cali girls don't dance to the 6x9. Tailgate still shaking from the 15s hitting, and the mud still wet and the pipe still dripping. Oh, ride with me, chewing through the mud when the river is low. Oh, ride with me on the raised hill anywhere we go. I didn't choose country, country chose me. Couple small town boys up on CMT. California to Texas to the dirty, dirty South. Tell your mama and then we bring it loud and proud.
About to have a little redneck throwdown. Mud trucks with them big ass tires. So kick back if you never did know how. The big boys throwing down tonight, yeah. Rev it up, drop it down, drop it down, we never did know how. The big boys throwing down tonight, yeah. About to have a little redneck throwdown. Mud trucks and big ass tires. Kick back if you never did know how. The big boys throwing down tonight, yeah.
Yeah, Mud Diggers, that was the Moonshine Bandits there, featuring the Lax here on the Mud Diggin Down Under Christmas edition show for Average Joe's Radio and Average Joe's Entertainment. Make sure you follow and like them on Twitter and Facebook for all the latest. And follow me on Twitter, search Outlaw DJ, and like the Mud Diggin Down Under Facebook page, and share them all with your mates. Well, 2014 has seen the birth of the Mud Diggin Down Under show. It's seen some of the best music released in this genre so far, and it's seen Average Joe's Radio and Average Joe's Entertainment grow even more. I want to thank Average Joe's Radio, Cody, for all her hard work. You're a star, mate. All the crew at Average Joe's Entertainment, especially Tony for his support to my shows from here in Australia. And I want to wish all the Average Joe's radio station listeners a safe and very Merry Christmas. Stay safe. Remember, don't drink and drive, and don't let your mates do it either. Look after each other, and we'll be back next week for the last show for 2014. Remember, look after your mates and respect the ladies. This has been the Christmas edition of the Mud Diggin Down Under show, so I truly wish you a very muddy Christmas, Mud Diggers. Catch you next week. I'm DJ Seano.
O-U-N-T-R-Y. Big B, Moonshine Band, Suburban Noise Record. Let's go!
I'm an outlaw, give me 2 shots. We don't need a radio, bring a jukebox. For my outlaws, bring me 3 shots. We can raise hell before the speed stops.
I'm a whiskey drinking SOB. If you don't like that, then you won't like me. I'm an outlaw. I said I'm an outlaw.
O-U-N-T-R-Y.
G'day, mate. This is Colt Ford. That's pretty good for a redneck. That's pretty good for a redneck. That's pretty good for a redneck. That's pretty good for